Welcome back to Retirement Unmasked. I'm Michael, and we are excited to have you join us to talk about retirement and peeling back all the layers that embody the R word, retirement. We are taking things step by step and learning more each month through your comments and your feedback on our channel. So we thank you for that.
And I'm April, Mama of 5, small business owner, and your co-host on this journey. Retirement is a lot like our decision to start this YouTube channel. Our decision to start the channel was made months ago. Heck, we even told some family and friends about it, and they kept asking us, did you start yet? When are you going to start? Well, we had started, but it was much more than we had imagined. Setting up a YouTube account, the creative process of writing outlines, and honestly finding time to make it happen. And the one thing we both dreaded was editing. We plan to leave our content as unedited and real as we can. So there may be some pretty good bloopers one day.
There already are some pretty good bloopers.
Yes. But as typical Gen Xers, we had to seek out some expertise and get some insight. Our 18-year-old daughter is our expert and agreed to help us edit.
Yes. But the point is, we had started. We just had nothing tangible to really show for it yet. It was all behind the scenes work. And that's how this retirement journey has been for us. We have started the transition, but on the surface, and to most of our family and friends, it doesn't look like anything has changed, but it has. Mostly our mindset, but also our finances and outlook on life. Today we are talking about what it really feels like to walk away from a steady stream of income and everything that comes with it. We haven't done it yet, but it is in our very near future.
Well, you've done it once, but as far as your second career and final, yes. We call this episode Leaving the Launchpad because once you leave, there's no turning back. You're in the air, and it's both exciting and terrifying. Since we are safely in the rocket ship and have left the launch pad, it's time to unmask this topic and get some action steps to keep the journey moving. Let's get going together.
I still feel like a Teletubby when I'm wearing this thing. It's crazy. But it's fun.
Yes.
And it's our journey.
We're keeping it fun.
And we're sharing it with, if anybody watches our channel, we're sharing it with them.
Yep.
So I think that's really cool. So yeah, for me, it kind of feels like the greatest space explorer of all time.
John Glenn?
No.
Neil Armstrong?
No.
Or my favorite, Sally Ride?
Sally Ride is pretty awesome. Those are all great explorers for sure, but I am talking about the greatest space explorer and space ranger of all time, Buzz Lightyear.
Oh.
And remember, Buzz broke ground in 1995 in the greatest story of launching into infinity and beyond. I mean, just look at this iconic photo of Buzz and Woody and tell me it doesn't take you right back to our 30s and when we were raising our kids, when we were just totally in the thick of it. It was chaotic, it was fun, it was scary, it was adventurous.
Exhausting.
It was exhausting. And that is kind of how I feel right now. Just as Buzz and Woody are holding on to that moving truck, we are hanging on to our lifestyle. And it's a comfortable lifestyle, right? Like we have a steady stream of income from my current job. It's supplemented by a pension. With April's pressure washing business, we had other income streams coming in, and we are trying to get to our next destination, which will be our biggest adventure. We're working our way there.
Wow, you got me. I am all in on your feelings about Buzz and Woody, or my favorite, Jessie the Cowgirl.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of our viewers had a Buzz or a Woody growing up. I think we watched those Toy Story movies over and over and over. It was a great time in our lives, and our kids learned to dream, and that with friends and determination, anything is possible.
I don't know if you realize what you just did or what you just said. But I'm going to move on from all this Woody talk and not let Woody steal the spotlight from Buzz. I am sure we will circle back to certain topics. And you know what? I don't really remember in the original Toy Story movie if Buzz ever made it back to the spaceship. I think he had a dream or something about it. I remember he was like shooting his X-ray, gamma ray thing.
Right.
But in any event, let's get back to our content. For me, leaving the launch pad means stepping away from a career that gives me structure, purpose, a paycheck every 2 weeks. It's the same paycheck every 2 weeks, and that's pretty sweet. For many, your profession is more than just a job. It becomes who you are, how the world views you, and often how you view yourself. Whether you're in healthcare, as a nurse, whether you're a mechanic in an auto shop, or whether you're self-employed as an artist, or just self-employed in some other field. Small business owners, teachers, military members, police, firefighters, etc. Your occupation a lot of times becomes a large part of your identity.
Right.
And I am sure many of you who are watching, you've held long-term positions in companies, or you've owned your business for a long time, whatever it is. And it has kind of become who you are and how you are known to a degree. It's a topic at the backyard barbecue. It's how others introduce you, such as, this is my friend, she's a lawyer, or this is my son, he owns his print shop. Let's be real, your coworkers often become your social group, your friendship group, because you're around them all the time in a setting, and hopefully you grow close to some of them, maybe some of them not so much, because you just aren't, you're not compatible, it's just not jiving. But it kind of becomes your personality and your identity in a lot of ways.
And for me, it meant watching you go through that transition when you retired from your first career and moved on to career number 2.
Number 2.
But also, we went through this when we decided to sell my pressure washing business last year and lose steady and reoccurring income from quite a few monthly commercial accounts, which paid on time and paid very well.
Yeah, they were good accounts. They were steady Eddie.
But some were on the weekends and some were during the middle of the night, like the shopping centers. So that was a tough decision to lose that income. But it is giving us more time for things like this.
Yep.
We know the weight of it, the uncertainty, the questions we didn't always say out loud to each other, but we were thinking about.
I was usually saying it out loud because I was talking about retirement a lot.
The R word.
The R word. It's been banned. It's banned on date night.
Yes.
I know that for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it's banned on date night.
Or it won't end well.
She tells me that on the car. No, it won't start out well and it won't end well. April usually tells me I can't talk about it on the way to the movie or the restaurant or wherever we're going. You tell me that I can't talk about it. But anyway, there's this moment when we realized, and we will do this, that the steady paychecks aren't going to be coming in anymore. Health benefits, 457 plans, what other contributions that you may make, such as to a Roth IRA, or many other plans out there, it's likely going to change too. And that's a little scary because the routine disappears and suddenly you're just kind of floating. Kind of like that Tom Petty song, Free Fallin'. You want me to sing a couple of lines for you?
No.
No?
No.
It's a good song.
Yes.
She's a good...
Okay,
go ahead.
And even though we have planned for it, budgeted, and saved, and talked it through, it is still going to feel like a leap, the size of which we have never taken before.
Yeah.
So it is scary. Leaving behind a sure thing for the unknown is scary, like the day we were married.
The day we were married?
Well, I was confident this was going to be a great thing, and it has been. I was scared. What if this isn't what I thought it was? What if we aren't as compatible as I thought? I had no idea what a CPAP was in our 20s, And now you use one almost every night, and I hear the Darth Vader breathing, and I could never have imagined that when we met.
Yeah, when we met.
No.
So you talk about Darth Vader, and we actually have left off, and it's not intentional, and I know there's many fans out there. We have left off Captain Kirk, Dr. Spock from this whole space journey and the launch, and they were pretty good space explorers as well.
We might incorporate them.
So
in
we
the
left
future.
them off.
You never
We didn't
know.
really get into a whole lot of Star Wars stuff either. But the Darth Vader, the CPAP mask, if you're not aware of it, it's pretty much a romance game changer. It's not that cool. It's not that cool. But that's a topic for another episode about marriage and intimacy. That actually should be a whole series between us about marriage and intimacy.
I think so.
We can get into some stuff on that.
I'll have to take notes as we...
We've been together since 1993 and married since 1996. So that's a whole lot of time to get to know each other and have some good conversations about lots of things. So back on track. For this episode, I really had to ask myself, what does success look like for us now? What's our new mission? If we're going to have a new mission in retirement, don't really know. We've talked about it. We have some things in the works. One of them is this YouTube channel just for fun.
Maybe a pontoon boat.
Pontoon boat. How do we contribute in a way that still feels meaningful to us? And I certainly know that is different for everybody. Some people in retirement, they've worked so hard for, 20 years, 40 years, however long it is. They just want to do absolutely nothing at all, and there's nothing wrong with that. Other people want to jump right back into something, whether it's volunteering, whether it's starting a business, whether it's working at a fly fishing shop because that's something you've always wanted to do and now you have the time to do it. I think that's all great.
And we had to ask, how do we adjust our lifestyle? What do we cut back on? Can I still get my nails done regularly? Are my smoothie runs going to have to decrease or, yikes, cease to exist?
Yeah.
Gotta have my green detox smoothie once a week. What do we prioritize?
Yeah. The green detox smoothie is pretty nice. And also the mango strawberry, whatever it is, that's pretty sweet too. So we started looking at our finances differently. Not just what we had in accounts, but how long we needed it to last. What we could earn on the side if we needed to. And what if our online Monte Carlo simulation was wrong? And honestly, before we started this channel, I didn't even know what a Monte Carlo simulation was. We just learned about that, I would say, within the last 6 to 9 months.
Right.
So we really are looking at ways to make our money and savings work for us and work with us. So we are not staying awake at night, constantly checking the S&P 500 or the stock market and worried about world events, like how they're going to alter, our portfolios. We just want to be in a good place where we feel comfortable about things, so that when we do retire, we'll just feel good about it. We'll be nervous about it, but we will have done what we can do to prepare for it.
Right. We also had to talk about roles. Who's doing what now, and how will that change when we are both home more?
Yeah.
How do we support each other without stepping on each other's toes?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Literally.
Would want to get in your way. Yeah. So I want to tell this story because I have to tell it because it happened yesterday.
Oh.
So talking about supporting each other, stepping on each other's toes, two things. One, April has really encouraged me to stop drinking diet soda. So I've been sticking with water for the most part. Once a week, I'll have a diet soda. Diet Dr. Pepper is my.
Or some tea.
Or some tea.
Yeah.
The other thing she's been trying to do is get me to stop eating so many carbs. So yesterday, I was making myself half of a bagel, a Dave's bagel, which are supposed to be healthier. And we were in the kitchen together. We're just chatting it up, yucking it up, talking about whatever. And she hears the toaster make the pop-up sound. And I reach to get my beloved half of a bagel, half, not the whole bagel, half of a bagel out of the toaster. And she turns and looks at me and she says, "Hitting the carbs again, are you?" And I immediately went to my phone and wrote it down because I didn't want to forget the moment.
It just came out.
But it's really the support that we give each other in a very loving and kind way. I'm not offended by it because I know what you meant by it was just you're concerned about my overall well-being,
Right.
my physical well-being, not my financial well-being, but my physical well-being. So we're going to have a fun transition being together more. I told all the kids about it as well because I felt like they needed to know how April got a little dig in at me over half of a bagel. This transition for us, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. You know how there's things in life that they call it the honeymoon phase, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, etc. We've all had those experiences. Things are really smooth for a while. Then as you get a little bit deeper, you're scratching through the surface. You think you found utopia, then you realize you really didn't. Things are not going to be as easy as you thought they were going to be. And you can get disillusioned real fast. Mm-hmm. And we don't want that to happen to us in our retirement journey. Mm-hmm. We don't want to doubt our decision. But in our case, the rocket ship has launched and there's no turning back. We realize there will be moments of doubt, moments of frustration, but also some moments of clarity and moments where we realize this is our chance to build something totally new, something totally different. Like I said, we've known each other a very long time. Mm-hmm. We've been together side by side for a very long time.
Which is why you can laugh at something like that.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious, and it's given me at least 3 weeks worth of like, I can just bring that up at any point and you'll feel sorry for me and go get me a drink.
It's true.
Yeah. So anyway, just building something new, that's what this episode is really about.
But not just leaving the launch pad, but learning how to fly together. And learning to fly is another Tom Petty song. Bam.
That is another Tom Petty song, Learning to Fly. You want me to hum a few bars of that one?
No.
Yeah?
Nope, we're good.
That's pretty good. I didn't know you were a Tom Petty girl.
We're good. Mm-hmm.
So if you're facing that moment, that leap into the unknown, know this. And we're preaching to ourselves right here. Mm-hmm. And you know how you might be afraid of heights or something and you got to walk across a bridge or on some rope course and you convince yourself, like, I think I can. What was that, train? What was that?
Thomas the Train.
Thomas the Train? Was it a train?
Something
It's
like
okay
that.
to feel scared. It's okay to feel unsure. But it's also okay to be really, really excited and have that little bit of butterflies in your stomach. Mm-hmm. Just, we're going to be nervous. It's going to be different.
Because what's waiting on the other side might just be better than you imagined. So here are some things we are doing right now as Michael and I are approximately 36 months out from retirement. Number 1, replacing those steady paychecks. We are blessed that Michael's previous employer has provided a pension. So within the next year, we plan to totally transition to only living off the pension income.
Yeah.
And not any current income from his current job. We have some reasons and strategies for that, and we'll talk about that more in depth in another episode. Number 2, we are researching and planning our Social Security timing and strategy. We are years away from age 62, but never too early to plan and learn from others. For those who are already taking Social Security or eligible to claim it, but have not yet, share your strategy in the comments.
So Social Security, when we were in our 20s and our 30s, that was something like really old people talked about. Mm-hmm. And now it's becoming more and more real. I'm about 3 years away from the minimum age to take Social Security.
But we both qualify for those 55 and over communities.
We do.
How did that happen?
We qualify for that.
When did that happen?
And I'll tell the Dunkin' Donut story in another episode when I got my senior citizen discount.
Oh,
at the drive-thru with one of my daughters in the car, and they thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Number 3, we are refining our bucket strategy. Like many others have, we have 3 buckets. It might expand, it might change, but right now we're doing the 3-bucket strategy. Short-term cash and readily available assets, mid-term investments, and long-term investments. I do plan to max out my leave award my last year of service, and that will be a monetary payout, and we're hoping that we can just roll that right into my 457 plan or into some other savings vehicle. I know that somebody would love to have a pontoon boat, and she would like to take a portion of that cash payout and get a pontoon boat for family and friends, and that's...
It's so you can fish, of course.
Oh, fishing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we've got some planning to do for my final year of service, which hopefully I'm about 32 months away, not 36 months away, but 32 months away. Number 4, we are actively contributing to an emergency fund. We're doing that through a high yield savings account. We used to keep this huge jar full of coins on our kitchen countertop. And we called that our emergency fund, and it worked. And I actually liked the concept when the girls were younger, and Mike as well, of having the coin jar on the kitchen counter, and everybody would actively just contribute mostly coins to it, but every now and then a couple dollar bills or $5 bills would make it in there. And I think it was absolutely a wonderful thing because you can visually see it, and it kind of builds that savings mindset. And you did a wonderful thing that I'll let you explain with the different jars. At some point we had one really big jar, and then Smart April separated it into other jars.
Yeah, we kept the one big jar, but then we decided let's just get some spaghetti jars and do a jar for keeping, a jar for spending, a jar for giving, and maybe another jar for an ice cream fund.
Yeah, we had a savings jar.
Yeah.
Spending, saving, and giving. Yep. That was good stuff. Good idea that you had. Go to number 5.
All right, number 5, health and insurance costs. We are blessed, as Michael's previous employer has provided us with great health, dental, and prescription benefits for the rest of our lives, although we are planning for Medicare at age 65. We are still exploring long-term care insurance, as we have seen the benefits of that with Michael's parents as they got older.
Absolutely. Number 6.
Number 6, lifestyle adjustments. We have done a budget review and cut out some things like video subscription services, reduced our cell phone bill, not eating out as much, and not getting as many haircuts. My hair's a little on the short side, just got it cut, but probably won't do it for like a good 6 or 8 months. Just trim the ends.
Yeah.
That saves so much money.
Yeah.
You save a lot of money too.
I had long flowing locks of hair before we started this YouTube channel, and I took one for the team and just decided to shave all my hair off.
Okay, you had a buzz cut for like decades.
I did.
A buzz cut.
For a long, long time.
I tried to cut his hair, but I gave him a cliffhanger, and
You did. We'll talk about the cliffhanger in another episode. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think I had court that day. That was embarrassing. Number 7, long-term planning. This is an area that we're working on. We need to update our wills, our powers of attorney, and we need to learn more about trusts. And we need to have all those resources available to our kids who are now adults. But in the event that something happens, we don't really want to burden our kids with trying to figure all that out if something was to happen to us.
Right, and we do have everything set up for when they were under 18 with, you know, all the details of guardianship and all that kind of thing. But now it's a different ballgame that they're all 18 and up.
Yeah, we can no longer pick their guardian and send them to go live with somebody that they may or may not want to live with.
Number 8.
Yep.
Lastly is the mindset shift. Leaving behind who we were to others in the workforce and going all in to who we are at home. This can be very different for people, and we know we need to prepare for it. We will talk about that further in another episode in great depth.
Yep. No, absolutely. So we'd love to hear from you. What was your biggest fear about leaving your job or your career? Please drop it in the comments below. I want to go back to that Toy Story again. That Toy Story image. Do you all remember that image of Woody holding on to Buzz as they were on the back of the moving truck? It was when Andy's family was moving. I forget the name of the dog. I'm going to call him Rex, but he had a name. The dog
was the dinosaur.
No, I
Rex.
Oh, Rex was the dinosaur.
Yeah. Dinosaur.
But anyway, this dog who'd been throughout the movie was chasing, I think Buzz down the street. But anyway, Woody and Buzz had to work together on the back of the moving truck and get each other safe. And April and I were having ice cream a few weeks ago, and we're just sitting there. I'm having a chocolate vanilla twist with rainbow sprinkles, and you're having whatever you were having. Mm-hmm. And we're talking about the channel. And it was the strangest thing, and I'm going to show up a photo. But this truck pulled in with this on the back of it. It's in front of you right now in front of the screen. And it is a photo that I took, and it is Woody and Buzz. And they're on the back of the bumper of this truck, and they are working together to try to pull themselves up into the truck. And when this truck pulled in, this dad gets out. He's like 35, 40 years old, and he's got, the beard. He's got, the sleeveless shirt on. He's a little bit muscular. He's an outdoorsy guy. And these three kids pile out of the truck as well. I think it was two boys and a girl. And I'm going to say they ranged in age from maybe like 9 to 5 years old. And they were covered in mud. So much mud that I think that they might have ingested some of the mud, whatever they were doing that day.
And they deserved ice cream.
Yeah, they deserved ice cream. And they had kayaks on the truck. They had fishing poles in the bed of the truck.
There was mud on the truck.
Mud on the tires. I mean, not just a little bit, but like mud all over the tires. And I would imagine those kids just had like the best day.
Yeah.
The biggest adventure. And their reward at the end of that day was to go get some ice cream. And it really made me stop and think, because April and I are sitting there and we're talking about the channel. And I thought, that's kind of like us right now. Like the transition that we're talking about, it's scary. It's probably going to be dirty. It's probably going to be a little muddy. It might be a little chaotic because we're really going into an unknown space. We've never been here before. Even when I retired the first time, it was to take a job somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't really a retirement. This is retirement for good.
Yeah, you didn't even take a week off between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this case, I mean, Woody and Buzz are holding on to the back of the bumper, trying to get up on into the truck. In our case, it's like a rocket ship. And a rocket ship has already launched. And it's moving. And you and I are probably not going to be the same people we are today. 3 years from now, we're probably going to be very different. Mm-hmm. Maybe with giving up the diet soda and giving up the carbs, I'll be about 10 or 15 pounds lighter. I don't know.
And walking together.
And walking. Yeah, we're going to start walking together. Yeah. Totally different topic.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're headed towards this destination called retirement. So, I know I've talked about Toy Story a lot, but I have to ask, if you saw the movies or the series, who was your favorite Toy Story character and why? Please drop that in the comments below.
And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Click on the bell symbol and get notified when our next video posts.
Absolutely. Next week, we're talking about weightless, the emotional shift. What happens when your structure is gone and you're floating in the unknown? I think I want to bring up another Tom Petty song, but I won't.
Until then, keep your eyes on the stars. Here's to a week filled with new adventures, cherished memories, and boundless joy.